with you like always. That's Joey right there. And how you doing, AKHI? Who this is and where you calling from?
Yo, what's up, Aki? It's Kieran from Albany, New York.
Oh my man, what's going on? So, hey man, there's news, right? That Manny Pacquiao fight versus Errol Spence is in jeopardy because of the Mikey Garcia fight. Supposedly, ESPN put out a report that the fight is in jeopardy. The fight might not take might not be taking place because of Conor McGregor promoter or manager. He had signed Manny Pacquiao like a year ago in order to make the Conor McGregor fight. But remember, Conor lost to Dustin Poirier. So when he lost to Dustin, that kind of took the Conor fight away from the table when it came to Manny Pacquiao. So Pacquiao had to look elsewhere. So for the meantime, I'm assuming Conor manager wanted to give Pacquiao something and make money off signing him by making the Mikey Garcia fight happen. But Pacquiao did not want to go with that option. He wanted to go out with a bang. He said that go hard or go home, so he went with the Errol Spence option with Al Heyman. So now supposedly there's a lawsuit that's taking place. And obviously a week from now, Conor McGregor is going to fight Dustin Poirier. And if he is successful, maybe that's what they want to make, Conor versus Manny Pacquiao. Maybe they trying to save, the Pacquiao fight because they afraid if Pacquiao lose to Errol Spence, that might ruin the Conor McGregor fight. I disagree. I think win or lose, he could still get the Conor McGregor fight because it don't matter. It don't matter. Conor is not a boxer. So what's your thoughts on that lawsuit, and have you heard about it?
Yeah, I heard about it. I watched it on Blue Blood's channel. But honestly, man, like I don't understand Manny Pacquiao's decisions. I think he should just take the fight with Spence. Spence can just roll right through him. And then after that fight, just go after Ugas because as far as I know, the WBA denied. I guess moving forward with I guess like reelevating Manny Pacquiao as like the super champion, right? Or trying to like reinstate him. So
And that's
me
official.
personally, I was thinking like Ugas.
And
Sorry, what?
that's official. The WBA denied to reinstate Pacquiao as the WBA champion.
Yeah, because I got it from Blue Blood, and he made a video about it, stating that the WBA denied trying to like make Manny Pacquiao look the WBA super champion again, and I think Ugas is now the current title holder for it. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, well, I hope Keith Thurman ends up fighting Ugas so that could set up another unification fight between the winner of that fight and the Ugas. I heard Ugas is going to be fighting on the undercard of Errol Spence versus Pacquiao. So if Keith Thurman is on the undercard, that's going to be huge, and it could build up a fight after with the winner of that fight. But let me finish it off with this right here. Manny Pacquiao did respond to the allegations of the lawsuit. He said nothing could stop the Errol Spence fight. That's what he that's what he decided to do. And I find it interesting by ESPN. They try to use the Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury arbitration situation when that's like comparing not apples to oranges, but apples to rocks. I mean, Deontay Wilder, we knew he had a rematch clause. We knew old media was pretty much covering up for Tyson Fury. I don't know why, because they were just delaying the inevitable, lying to the people. And ESPN even ran with a report that AJ and Tyson Fury is official. They signed a 2-fight deal they signed a 2-fight deal already. They already signed the contracts. So they completely ignored the Deontay Wilder arbitration, knowing that there was a rematch clause signed by Tyson Fury, because obviously Tyson Fury fight under ESPN. But now they're going to say that Pacquiao might not be fighting Errol Spence next because Pacquiao didn't agree to fight Mikey Garcia. at the end of the day, you cannot force nobody to fight unless they sign a contract. As long Manny never signed a contract to fight Mikey Garcia, then he's not obligated to do anything. He could do whatever he wants. If he decides to fight Errol, so be it. That's what he decided to do. They can't tell Errol, they can't tell Manny Pacquiao what to do. If he decides to fight Errol Spence, then that's what he's gonna do. So you know, that I just want to give my thoughts on that.
Yeah. Because like to me, I think it's just a bunch of smoke and mirrors. Manny Pacquiao, he should be the one saying to the public what he's going to do next. And I think with him being out the ring for 2+ years, this is all his fault for not planning this out properly and making sure that he lets out the public know who he's going to fight next, because, you're just holding up, the welterweight division. Because it's like, if I were Manny Pacquiao after I had defeated Keith Thurman for his belt, I should have just went straight to Errol Spence and just said, hey, let's unify. And then if he loses to Errol Spence, then Errol Spence can go after, Crawford or who else was left to clean up the division. Because it's like Errol Spence, I don't know if you saw that video where he was talking with, I think, Ellie Seckback, right? He was telling him how he's like sick and tired of like fighting in the welterweight division, because it's like, there's so much holdup in the division. And it's like, I don't blame him, because it's like, why should you be waiting up on these fighters when these fighters should be, either defending their belt or unifying with you? And it's like, if I'm Errol Spence, it's either, I'm going to leave 147 and move up to 154, or I'm going to force these fights, because, you don't want to be holding up, you don't want to be waiting inside the division for that much longer when you're trying to go for legacy.
And especially when it's getting harder to cut down the weight, you want to, it's kind of, it gets harder for you to make the weight, right? So you don't want to wait at a division too long to make certain fights. So it's always best to stay active. But like I said before, I just found it interesting that the same network that reported Wilder versus Fury is not going to happen, the trilogy is not going to happen, AJ versus Fury is next. Now they trying to say Errol versus Pacquiao is not going to happen because of a lawsuit that Pacquiao is supposedly in, even though Pacquiao never signed a contract. But with that being said, I want to get your take on Ryan Garcia. He tweeted. Ryan Garcia, he tweeted that. Let me read it to you real quick. I don't know if you caught it, but he said, 2 explosive fighters bound to be legendary. And he told Leonard Ellaby he wants Gervonta Tank Davis next.
Wow. Ryan Garcia, you are all caps.
So you don't believe him, but by your reaction, it don't seem like you believe him.
Bro, do you realize that Ryan Garcia should have been Tank's next opponent? If we're gonna be consistent here, Ryan Garcia, I say again, Ryan Garcia should have been inside the ring fighting Tank. And that should have been either back in January, or it should have been sometime in July, or like right now in June. Because it's like, he literally just lied for like how many months? Like 6 to 7 months. And he wasted everybody's time. You have done nothing other than beat a bum by the name of Luke Campbell. And then you go up on this, fantasy mental health, saga, saying like, oh, I'm suffering mental health illness, blah, blah, blah. But yet you're chilling with your girlfriend, having a good time with your kids and family. Get the fuck out of here, man. I seriously hope he gets knocked out in his next fight, because right now he's proven to the world that he is the biggest fraud in boxing, and you are the biggest bum in boxing. To hell with Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, I mean, let me say this, man. I don't know what Ryan is doing. Like I said, when Devin fought Linares, He said, "Oh man, if that was me, I would have knocked you out." When he could have been the one, he was supposed to be the one that was fighting Devin Haney instead of Linares. He should have been in the ring that night, but he rather say that he's gonna knock out Devin instead of fighting Devin. And now, with Gervonta, like you said, he should have been in the ring instead of Barrios. It should have been Ryan versus Gervonta instead of Gervonta versus Barrios. But now after the fight, he want to claim, yeah, I want to fight Gervonta next. Like I said, fool me one time, shame on me. Fool me twice, fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. With that being said, my camera died on me. Great talking with you, my brother, like always, man. Always fun chatting it with you, man. And my computer about to die.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna holler at you next time, all right?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much, AKHI.
Thank you so much.